by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
You may have heard of UTIs, also known as urinary tract infections. And normally they don't last very long, and you have a course of antibiotics or lots of cranberry juice, and they tend to go away. But you can have chronic UTIs, and these are things where they don't just go away, and you have the symptoms over a long period of time, and it can have sensations like pain or a feeling of needing to go to the toilet a lot there in the bladder, and it's very, very unpleasant. My name's Adam, and I was working with a client that had chronic UTIs, and it was affecting their sleep, it was affecting their mood, and it was really depriving them of hope and confidence and the ability to make plans and just enjoy life. This session utilizes some of the unconscious metaphors that this client had, like going back to square one or everything crashing down. It uses the client's own metaphors, but twists them into an empowering way. Going back to square one has the connotation that life is like a game of snakes and ladders, and one thing happens and then you lose every bit of progress you've already made. Which is why in this session, the snakes in this snakes and ladders board get smaller, the ladders get taller, and they feel more empowered to make progress. One of the key things with a long-term health condition is feeling that hope is still there. And that's because the opposite of hope is not only hopelessness, but helplessness, a feeling that whatever you try, nothing's going to work. And that's why having a compelling vision of the future is such an important element of the healing process. There's lots of healing metaphors in this, so even if you don't have a chronic UTI, but maybe you have a different chronic health condition, lots of these suggestions here should be quite useful for you. However, some of the suggestions are very, very specific to the client. Their favorite beach had a particular type of tree, certain metaphors they use, but you might not use the same metaphors. Therefore, if you like the idea of having a tailored, bespoke hypnosis session for you and your circumstances, your situation, in the description, you're going to find a link to book a free consultation call over Zoom. We'll have a chat, and it might be that I'm the right hypnotherapist to help you with your progress in whichever area is what you're looking to make progress in. For now, though, you might get some value from this session, so find a quiet, comfortable place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe in a wonderful feeling of calm, a feeling of relaxation, and breathe in that calm relaxation, and as you exhale, give permission to release feelings of stress, frustration, maybe even anger or annoyance. Just allow it to leave your body as you breathe out. As you breathe in that calm relaxation, just allow your eyelids to relax even more, feeling heavier. Scan all the muscles in your face, around your cheeks, your chin, your jaw, your forehead, and set the intention to release any tension. That's it. It's natural when people are going through difficult times that vigilant part of their brain, that fight or flight, is activated, which creates more tension, more stress. But when you feel tense and stressed, you tend to have less energy remaining for healing and recuperation. So right here, right now, give permission to let go. Let go of any tension, any stress, any worries. And maybe there's clues. Your jaw starts to loosen. Your cheek muscles feel heavier. And feel that relaxation going down your neck, into your shoulders. That's it. And I want you to imagine what a healing color might look like. For some people, it's bright white, like the center of the sun. For other people, it might be a soothing blue or a pastel green. Allow your unconscious mind to let you know what a healing, soothing color would be. And then as you breathe in, imagine breathing in that healing color, almost like a beam of light. Breathing in that color of light. Imagine it going down your windpipe, into your stomach, into your lungs, into your bladder, into your bones. Imagine this healing color is going wherever it needs to. And they did experiments many years ago where they told people that a pill would help defend against an infection. And then they measured the amount of white blood cells. And even though the pill was nothing at all, the white blood cell count increased, giving you evidence that the human body is capable of responding to suggestions and expectations and healing. So imagine as you breathe in that healing color, it represents healing, hope, and relaxation. And as you breathe out, imagine releasing some of the emotions you felt. Sadness, stress, any anger, frustration, any worries. And imagine that leaving your body as you breathe out like a dark shadow. Breathing in that healing relaxation and exhaling the very things that can contribute to a body in defense. That's it. And the deeper you breathe, the more relaxed you become. And the more relaxed you become, the deeper you breathe. Each breath takes you deeper and deeper relaxed. And as your body relaxes, your imagination awakens. And I wonder if you could imagine a beach. Somewhere warm, somewhere peaceful, somewhere with golden yellow sands, with calm waters. And I want you to imagine what it would feel like to have that beach all for yourself. Imagine a blue sky, warm sunshine. But I want you to imagine the shade of a beach almond tree. And just imagine a big blanket there underneath the tree. In the shade, the kind of shade that stays shade. And I wonder if you could imagine walking on that beach and placing your body on that blanket, feeling almost like the sand shifts to support your weight. Imagine hearing the gentle breaking of the waves. Imagine the feeling, the sensation of a gentle breeze. Maybe the smell of the sea air, but perhaps nearby smells, plants, fragrances. And as you imagine lying on that blanket, giving permission to just release, I want you to recall a time when you felt healthy, connected, that your body was working just as you wanted it to. And as the rhythmic sound of the waves meets the rhythm of your breathing, I wonder if your body begins to remember what safety feels like. A time when your nervous system didn't have to do anything. A time when your muscles were loose and relaxed. And a time where your mind can just drift and play in the playground of your imagination. And I want you to come to the conclusion that every wave is a reminder that healing itself is a natural rhythm, sometimes rising and sometimes falling, but always returning to that state of calm. And with each exhale, connect that feeling of lightness, that feeling of being free. Continuing to exhale any of those heavy emotions you've been holding on to, and breathing in more of that relaxation, that hope, and that healing. I want you to feel that you are safe now, that your mind begins to communicate with the body, and the body listens. Imagine what it would feel like if your cells began to relax. How it would feel if your immune system balances, and all the systems that once felt on guard start to cooperate again, like a well-rehearsed orchestra finding its harmony. And there under the tree, there's nothing you need to do, nothing you need to force. Just allow. As you start to imagine that healing light there around your gut, your bladder, your intestines, the lower part of your abdomen, just imagine the healing light congregating at a cellular level, doing whatever is needed to remind the cells, the tissues, even enzymes and neurotransmitters, what it was like before. Connect the resources of the past with the sensations of the present. That's it. As you start to feel that healing happens most easily when it's invited, not demanded. You've had times where you've scratched yourself, but you couldn't force the healing. The healing just happened. And then You only noticed that you'd healed when you stopped noticing that you hadn't. And as your mind drifts deeper still, I want you to imagine, perhaps there in the sky, a giant game board like snakes and ladders. And sometimes we think of life like snakes and ladders. But sometimes when things don't go the way we want them to, it can feel like wheels coming off a go-kart, constantly needing to put them back on again, only for them to fall back off. Or sometimes like that game of snakes and ladders, where sometimes it can feel that a flare or a setback sent you sliding all the way down a long snake, back to square one when you started. But I want you to feel that that was never true. It can't ever be square one, because you've learned too much between now and then. All of the wisdom, all of the strategies, all of the education and self-awareness. I want you to imagine that giant game board, and all of the snakes are shrinking. There is no back to square one now. Even the longest snake only takes you back 2 or 3 rows. And as the snakes get smaller, the ladders get taller. Because you now know what helps you more than you ever did before. That good quality sleep, certain treatments, being believed and supported, they all help. And I want you to get a feeling that the game has never looked quite so favorable as it does now. Not only are the snakes smaller and the ladders taller, but you know exactly where they are, empowering you to avoid some of those snakes and seek out more of those ladders. As you imagine, winning this game is simply allowing your body to return to its natural, healthy state. That's it. You're wiser, better prepared. You see the patterns, the triggers, the early signs, and you know how to step around them. And allow each ladder to represent a different way forward. Think of a particular type of therapy that works for you, helping the body's own intelligence find and neutralize what needs to change. Another ladder may be good quality sleep, the body's natural medicine, repairing and restoring at every level. Progress, hope, even a particular doctor that's supportive and helpful. They're all ladders. And every time you climb a ladder, your perspective expands. And you can see how far you've come. Even those squares you once feared now hold lessons that make you stronger. So now, if everything feels like it's crashing down, I want you to feel like you're protected by your own bunker. Even if things do crash down, you remain safe and protected. The game that once felt cruel or impossible to win is now feeling like growth, a journey, not punishment, as every roll of the dice moves you closer to healing and wholeness. And you can thank that part of you, the part that carried the anger, the fear, and the guilt. It was only trying to protect you. But give permission to that part to rest, because a new part of you is emerging. A calmer, wiser, more compassionate self who knows that healing is happening even when unseen. Every breath you take teaches your body that it is safe to heal, and every moment of rest teaches your mind that it is safe to hope. And even when those setbacks come, you can meet them not with a feeling of frustration or devastation, but with a calm authority. I've been here before. I know what to do. This is temporary. I can manage. And as you hold those beliefs to be true, maybe you'll notice that the setbacks become shorter, the flares less frequent, and the recovery more rapid. The difficult times pass more quickly as their grip weakens and their echo fades. Because resilience is not about never failing, never having those setbacks. It's about surfing the waves of those setbacks, faster, lighter, more tenacious each time. I want you to change that giant board of snakes and ladders now for a hologram of your future. And I wonder if you can imagine yourself maybe 6 months, perhaps a year into the future, and observe yourself waking up, looking lighter, feeling lighter, freer. Imagine stretching, seeing yourself with a quiet confidence in your body, almost like a trust that's been rebuilt. And maybe in that future you see yourself making plans again. Holidays, work, travel, laughter with friends. But see yourself doing creative things. Photography, time in nature, earning money again. See yourself looking purposeful, creative, and alive, but crucially, see yourself doing the things that would feel challenging to have done in the past, and yet get a sense that you are doing those things in your future. See yourself with more joy, more playful, fun conversations, family time that seems to feel light and free and happy, more laughter. And I want you to get a sense you're seeing yourself spending more time behind that camera, immersed in a world where you get to see things that other people simply can't see. And I want you to get a sense that just like a powerful lens, you're zooming out of all of the pain and anguish and zooming in to that future. And maybe one day, far in the future, you'll look back on this period of your life not as a fall, but as the time you learned just how powerful your body truly is, how strong your mind became, and how you evolved emotionally with more compassion, more resilience, more inner resolve and strength. I want you to float into that future, getting a feeling of what it would feel like to have that in advance, like you're setting the coordinates for your mind to know how to get to this place. Like the cross on a treasure map, this is now hardwired into where your unconscious mind is sending you, into this future. Return to that shade under the tree, and I want you to feel that very soon I will count from 1 to 10. And if you're listening to this at a time when you wish to awaken, when I arrive at 10, your eyes will open and you will awaken feeling fresh and rejuvenated with more hope and resilience. But if you're listening to this, perhaps in bed with your head on a pillow, as I count from 1 to 10, the numbers will simply shift this experience into a stepping stone into deep, rejuvenating, quality sleep. And you will awaken at the right time, perhaps the following morning, feeling refreshed and rejuvenated. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Thank you so much for joining me on today's episode of The Hypnotist. If you've enjoyed this episode or got some value from it, please give it a 5-star rating and review. And maybe you know someone that would also benefit from this particular episode, in which case share the episode with them so they can also get the benefit too. And if you would like to listen to this episode where it's just the hypnosis, so no intro, no outro, no explanation, just the hypnosis and completely ad-free, there will be a link in the description where you can subscribe at a very low cost and only get access to the hypnosis. So if that's of interest, please check that out. Thank you again for being a regular listener of The Hypnotist, and I'll see you again soon for more.